Okay, so let's continue this taxation
Step one out of the car.
with representation. I mean, without it, we kind of know what'll happen. This universal speed limit's going to be all over the road. You're going to get some bad nasties. If you had the choice, somebody with a gun, where are you going to put it?
Did you fall asleep or
I mean,
something, or what?
in your house, sure. But let's do that math. I want to do that math for this guy when they ask me the question about somebody gets pulled over for a shitty registration, right? And then somebody has the camera on them. It's like, I didn't do nothing wrong. Why should I give you my ID? Because I have to send this ticket to somebody that decided to get into this car without a registration. You know what without registration can mean on the indexes if it's not your fucking car? It means that ball joint inside of there are no good. It means the brakes are no fucking good inside of here. It means this car's about ready to fall apart because that wheel's about to fall off on the highway at 55 miles an hour. Simple enough. Let's go to your house when you've had a situation parallel to that. You got a kid, got a father.
So I don't
I
smell
know
anything.
for a fact
Have
it'll
you
be
been
there.
drinking?
I have.
Okay.
Let's again look at this area.
Alright, how
Obviously,
much?
cop car here. How many houses do we got? How many names of people in their house? I can live on that street. It's not Homeland Security invading on you. You're right there. I physically saw you, said, hello, my name is this, just as a regular civilian. What made the difference that this guy had a cop and they couldn't do that for a fucking job
I'm gonna
task?
have to make check you out.
Some bullshit that you didn't understand on the systems. I'm sorry, honey, she's
So you
drinking.
say 3 or 4, like how long ago?
Just gonna have to sit in the spot here. I've had my DUIs, crashed into a telephone pole. I know what it's
In
like.
the last hour?
I know that goes.
Where were you drinking at?
Obviously not in a cul-de-sac like this,
Grove
but
City?
obviously somebody's got to stay on track of this number because this is the freaking region. That's every person in there. That's taxation and paying attention to it. The difference is they didn't tell you. The difference is, well, other than your warrants and your stuff inside here that is first round protocols inside here, you know, you can get that beauty. I'm not saying
Again to go back.
that this one cop is going to have the same advantage in Hancock. Like, let's look out the window. I want you to really pay attention to it because most of the time y'all assholes get caught in the fucking flashing lights. Now let me explain something to you. Hancock is a really small place, but there's no reason that I couldn't quadrant an area based on what the fucking science is on the prime numbers to make that evaluation in here. That's a Sharps guy. I take it real heavy because I want to make sure that number's right for a guy, so that way if it's just a regular guy, got a shitty tail light in here, write off the ticket. Write the ticket to the address on the registrator and send it. Other than that, I don't see any pot in the car. I can't smell anything. I would make you do a sobriety test to find out the universal speed limit, which is gravity. You like math, right? You like cheeseburgers and electricity? Then shut the fuck up. Come on. You're not going to be in charge of any of those jobs. I don't care what the fuck is you're doing. A mechanic, you stroking your fucking ego being a goddamn dollar store worker, just in down here at the factory because you think you're a manager. You think you're entitled some moral license in the carry on you shooting off at the fucking mouth for your negligent discharges? Look outside. When I ask you to be in charge of this area, how far do you get? And this is not a hypothetical question. This is a serious question. How far in this math do you get? Now, when I do the test on things about what defunding a situation when I have, obviously, I mean, look, this conversation sounds pretty cool about the extremism of something like what the defense secretary is trying to say we're getting out of the military, but you're going to qualify that that's on that. That's on their end. That's because somebody let them do that. When we're out here, this is just regular people doing a regular fucking job on an operation. As long as they stay within the fucking means of what that is, it's fine. It's usually the first test to get you in something like this. Here's a person. Now you're going to damn them based on job applications of what the court system was about. We arrest you, you have to dry out for a little while, and hopefully in that time period, this has been reaffected. But if a DUI remains on your system after you've served the time on this,
you're drinking in Grove City.
I've made a decision that I am part of nothing inside here about where this will go, how it destabilizes this system. What am I creating but my own problem on everybody's end here? You need somebody with the intelligence to be able to handle this in here. This is a cul-de-sac. Why does this need to go to jail? The house is somewhere around here. The reasonings behind this are going to be probation and parole anyways, about down at their work sites. And realistically, putting them in there and having taxpayers put money on it's, in this case, pretty fucking worthless. Now, obviously, you're fighting the cops. Obviously, the
Gotcha.
POV is going to be in there. You got to go in the can for a little while. Here's a couple reasons. One, you're missing
how
way
fast do you
out
think you
on
were
what
going?
this is here. Two, to really be where you want to be for that type of calculation,
35.
you're going to
Did you
need
have
to
your
be in
seatbelt
here.
on?
And if you cannot respect that guard inside there, if
injury?
you can't figure it out, now I'll tell
Okay,
you,
so,
guards aren't always nice.
do you
They
know what
get
happened, why
locked
you
up
lost
in some
control?
stupid situation, which I often need to
You
tag
didn't
their
lose
asses
control?
for. You
Why
would
did you go
too.
into the oncoming
Obviously,
lane
the
of oncoming
energy
traffic then?
transmission of lighting somebody up in a
Okay.
cage when none of that is necessary.
Do you remember
Running your
crashing?
mouth, shooting off
Do you think
about
you
some
maybe
morals
fell
that
asleep?
you're not in
You think
charge
you fell
of
asleep or blacked
inside
out?
of those situations. This is universal.
The
Remember,
drinking?
we're not talking about a cop.
Okay.
We're talking about a meat puppet over
So
here,
you
man
said-
or female.
How many drinks did you have in the
Stop
last
thinking
hour?
about what your badge represents. It's just a
Two.
fucking job over here. I
Well,
throw you
initially
in
you
that
told me
mill,
4.
officer.
What were you drinking?
You're going to have the same tech
drinks?
curve every one of these had.
Okay.
Hopefully with an advantage. But what you will
Alright.
find when I lock
bar
you
were
up
you
on the
drinking
sub
at?
program about those same buttons touching the terminals over there are the same ones over here. You don't have that luxury here. We know what the differential is
City
here. It's
Inn?
pretty heavy.
Okay.
But in the same way, you're going to lock up that whole business, fuck up
Alright.
everybody in there because you pushed a few buttons wrong and wadded up the equipment.
Well,
I don't know if I mean obviously maybe not this
here's
is
the
the
deal.
maybe
Obviously,
not
you
the
can't
best
drive this car
example,
home. It's a little too wrecked.
but let's go through some incidents where we can
I'm
find
under the
those
impression
things.
that you're
Those will
likely
be our
too-
new math
too
problems.
intoxicated.
Those
to be
are our
drunk.
new
Mound Street.
evaluations.
Okay, and climb. Demerston climb.
Yep.
These
Okay,
are our
and
new
then you were going
evaluations
home
on
to
this,
Mound?
and especially
So
when you can get local with it.
I wanted
It
my
will never be
hepatitis
any
C
better
call.
than dealing with Jordan
I put off
on the
treating
math
mine.
problem of
At
in
Clusa
Hancock,
treats all
where
main
this is
types
going
of
for the
chronic hep
costs
C.
of arresting
Whatever your
this to
type, at Clusa
differentiate the
could be your kind
geodesics
of
on
cure.
these
I
situations.
just found out about mine.
Geodesics is a heavy
knew
word,
for
but when
years.
you're out here, it's not a heavy word at all.
Epclusa
You'll know
has a
exactly what that
98%
word is.
overall cure
It has
rate.
a mathematical standard model.
Hepatitis C.
Mine.
If not, why are we not working on that
Epclusa
standard
is
model?
only one pill, once a day, taken with
It's
or without
absolutely
food for 12
fascist
weeks. Before
totalitarianism.
starting Epclusa,
When
your
you
doctor will
don't
test
take
if
in
you have had
consideration
hepatitis
the
B,
adjustments
which
of
may
those
flare up
things,
and
the
could cause serious liver
renormalizations of
problems
those
during and
standards in a
after
past
treatment.
historical
Tell your
model.
doctor if you have had
Firstly, a lot of
hepatitis
that
B,
interview is
other
going to be
liver or
about
kidney
backlog
problems,
on Carl
HIV
Sagan's
or other
Total
medical
Time,
conditions,
Bog,
and all
Nuke, and Mars
medicines
out
you
here. It's
take,
just a
including
fuzz in
herbal
electric in a
supplements. Taking
timing
amiodarone
diagram.
with
Energy
Epclusa
coming
may
in,
cause a
energy
serious
coming out,
slowing of your heart
photon
rate.
popping
Common
off.
side effects include
Right?
headache
It's
and
not that
tiredness.
difficult.
Ask your doctor today.
We're an
if
electron
Epclusa
popping
is
off and a
your
photon
kind of
shooting
cure.
off in this direction. There's really only so many options.
What's up, guys?
And
this
that's
is
what
Will
makes
Whip
it
from
when you
PragerU.
think
Today we're on
about a
Santa Monica
liar,
Beach, and we're going
whether
to be
somebody
asking
is or
people
not.
some
It's like,
questions
well, that
for the
doesn't
4th of
seem
July.
right. I don't
Why do
have
we
to blow
celebrate
up
the
and
4th
call
of
you a
July?
liar. I can just do the math. And a lot of times when you do that, you'd find that there's
Why do
some
we celebrate the 4th
infraction
of
in
July?
there, something that we've legally handled before about the cost and how much you'll win from that case.
Of our nation.
What
Our
should be
independence?
the result
It's our
of the
Independence Day.
best
Independence
response
Day.
of
For
those
the
things.
independence of
And if nobody has an
America.
answer
Why
to
is the
that,
year
then clearly it's not
1776
lawful.
significant?
Clearly it's
You have
taxation without
1776?
representation.
I have
Clearly
no idea.
I wasn't
What's the
speeding.
significance of 1776?
You know, what's the difference in a 55, a 56 and a 55,
Is that when
and a
Columbus
70 and a
sailed the ocean
55 at
blue?
this point if speeding is speeding?
What is the
Clearly,
significance of
there's an
1776?
operator inside here.
I don't know. What's the
Look, you're
significance
gonna
of
have to walk out here.
1776?
What's normal?
I don't know.
I
you know
mean,
what
I
that
can
is.
see things doing things.
It's a
That's
year.
fine. It's
Yeah, I
cautionary
figured.
in
Why do
the
we celebrate the
mix,
4th of July?
but it's not negative yet. It's in the mix. It's going that way.
I forgot.
By
What is the year
math, I mean, you sure
1776
saved your
about?
money before so you can get to the beach.
About
Is it
the
going that
signing of the
way?
Declaration of Independence.
Do the
What's the
speed limit.
significance of 1776?
So why? I'm just curious. Why are you coming this way then? Because